Hello, with another video here. James here. I'm going to be playing some short segment, and this is going to be about the DNA of black people. It's going to start very positive, because you always hear a lot of negative about black people, but this is and this is against no other race of people. But since we've been such a society, have kind of dragged people down. And it's like they're the bottom of least of the pole. This has made stereotypes out of black people. They have ridicule, and some of the people that come into this country with it, but they don't know who they ridicule spiritually. They don't know where this envious spirit come from. But in the end, I'm going to show you who black people really are, who they were called to be. Check out this video.
The world's first organic collagen peptides, made from a new, eco-friendly process. Mix it easily into your daily routine, free of harsh chemicals and using 70% less water and energy. Sports research, the sport of life.
As of this moment, there are at least 3 big name stocks that could be about to make a huge move in just the next few days.
Shout out to Benny Israel. His channel is going to be on Rumble. Probably for YouTube reasons. New York black people, pay attention. You got to use these N-words to yourself. Watch this. They got you a lazy ignorant. Watch this. They got you wasn't smart. Watch this. They got you that God made you the curse of the earth. Watch this. I'm not going to play the whole video.
Proof. The Negro. They cut off his fingers and thumbs if they caught him reading those old books. After all, those books revealed his true identity, and they couldn't have him learning that now, could they? How else could they justify his persecution, torment, and murder? By the hands of the church, by the hands of the Christians. The church openly persecuted the children of Israel. In fact, they persecuted none other than the royal house of Judah. Now, while Judah was in captivity, Judah was fed from the mouth of the great red dragon and the daughter of Babylon. You see, the daughter of Babylon taught Judah his history, a version of history which began with slavery and the west coast of Africa. This altered version of Judah's history began in 1619 with the arrival of Africans in English colonies on the east coast of what would later give rise to the United States of America. Judah's history before 1619 was simply omitted, covered over with new books containing a slightly modified history. This truth, modern-day books occasionally omit key parts of quotes which describe the Jews as Negro or Black, often by using well-placed ellipses to hide the truth. We can even find modern books deleting entire paragraphs which describe the Jews as being placed on West and Central Africa in great numbers and then sold into slavery. We can also find modern books acknowledging the common understanding of Jews being black during the Middle Ages, only to propose their blackness as being metaphorical. Family. These are just some of the discrepancies found in contemporary books, and reasons why you should go directly to the source and read it for yourselves.
Goes on a travel video.
Misunderstood DNA stories on Earth. You see, traditional DNA analysis rightfully trace so-called Negro DNA back to Africa. And these relationships are discovered by simply comparing present-day African American DNA with present-day African DNA. And as stated before, this analysis rightfully identifies our deep connection with our African brothers and sisters. However, there's one critical missing component in this type of DNA analysis. It is called genetic bottleneck. Occurs when a catastrophic event of such magnitude, of such destruction, that it wipes out or greatly reduces an entire population. In other words, the population gets purged. And the so-called Negro has gone through multiple purging events. These DNA impacting events could be an earthquake, which levels an entire city. It could be a megablast from a sleeping volcano, which obliterates all life within 100 square miles. Or, in the case of the so-called Negro, it could be the transatlantic slave trade. Which murdered and displaced millions of people around the world over hundreds of years. Or a genetic bottleneck event could be triggered by an expulsion edict or an inquisition, which evicted and murdered hundreds of thousands of the House of Judah in Spain and Portugal. And so these major events, which caused hundreds of thousands of people to disappear from an entire region, subsequently changed the DNA profile of the surviving population. Most importantly, these genetic bottleneck events impact DNA matches, which is displayed on modern-day DNA reports. For example, so-called Negro DNA isn't found among certain modern-day populations in great numbers. And it's because the Jews were expelled from those places. For example, today's DNA reports don't show so-called Negro DNA matches in and around present-day Israel. However, if we instead compare so-called Negro DNA to ancient DNA extracted from archaeological sites in Israel and Lebanon, we find something unexpected. We find so-called Negro DNA buried in the ground of ancient Israel before the time of the Messiah. Ancient archaeological dig sites date back as far as 800 BC. Here, archaeologists discovered the remains of multiple people who lived in ancient Lebanon. These ancient remains are assigned ID numbers and dates. In this particular archaeological site in Beirut, Lebanon, we examined one of the DNA samples collected from an ancient grave site. DNA from this ancient individual is labeled SFI-43. This particular individual lived approximately 567 to 404 BC. Researchers compared the ancient DNA remains of SFI-43 to modern-day Lebanese and Egyptian populations, as well as samples taken from a previous report. They discovered something shocking. They discovered the ancient Lebanese labeled SFI-43 was not closely related to modern Lebanese populations. Instead, SFI-43 showed close relationship to ancient Egyptian DNA samples. This is related in the following graph. Notice, the dark green dots of the ancient Egyptian DNA are close to the light green dots of the SFI-43 ancient Lebanese DNA samples. The same findings were illustrated in yet another graph. Now, in this particular graph, related or shared DNA between samples is displayed as red marks. Now notice SFI-43 shows red related marks when compared to the ancient Egyptian DNA samples. However, researchers didn't stop there. They added one additional group to compare their ancient Lebanese SFI-43 DNA to. They compared it to the E1B1A Yoruba DNA of West Africa. And they were surprised to see that it was a perfect match. sites. In research reports, we find the DNA of our African American queens listed as L0 and L3. That's the DNA of Negroes. And it can only mean one thing. We were there. Ancient DNA which matched the Yoruba of West Africa. What is it doing in Beirut, Lebanon in 567 BC? Family. The Bible tells us life is in the blood. And they're finding your blood in these old bones of Israel.
This holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox. The hard-working Chevy. You read the story, shortly thereafter, Noah's color returned. So, what we can gain from that is whatever it caused Noah to be an albino and be pale-skinned at his birth, even though his skin color later returned, similar to how a leper gets healed to where a leper gets white as snow. You can read that whenever Miriam was leprous, whenever Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, was leprous. They turned white as snow because that white skin is a clean leper in the scripture. Look it up. Brother L's not making this up. This isn't colorism. Go read it in the Law and Commands about the leper and how they had to dwell outside of the camp because the pale skin, the leprosy, and the blonde hair was considered unclean to our people. Look it up. So, whatever gene it was in Noah that caused him to be pale skinned at his birth, it went into Japheth. Therefore, his descendants also became the pale skins and the white people. Now, I do understand that whenever there's mixing of races, like if Japheth, a pale skin, intermarries with a Hamite, of course the child is going to come out with more color than the father because of the mixing. So I'm speaking in general terms when I say Japheth being the white people, because somebody could be brown skinned and still be of Japheth if their father is Japhetic. The seed goes through the father. So follow me on this. We're speaking in terms of lineage, not skin color alone. That's why I'm going through the painstaking task of laying forth this foundation, of tracing the lineage and bloodline and geographic location of the sons of Japheth, whom we now call the white people. Even though there are some sons and daughters of Japheth who have more color, as a general rule, the Japhetic people are pale skinned and the white people. So let me take that piece off the table for the critics and detractors who want to say that there are also brown skinned, black skinned people of Japheth. I realize that. But as a general rule, the Japhetic people who dwell in the land of the north in the area of Europe are white people. The scripture says so, not Brother L. Now, let's go to Jubilees chapter 9, verse 7 through 15, and it's going to tell us even more about the sons of Japheth and the geographic location of them. I'm going to get to Japheth's mind state and his wicked nature in a moment, but I need to lay more foundation. For those who do avid research and really want to search these things out, I want to make sure I'm giving you solid, wholesome information. Here's what it says in Jubilees 9, verse 7. And Japheth also divided the land of his inheritance amongst his sons, and the first portion came forth for Gomer to the east from the north side to the river Tinah, and in the north there came forth for Magog all the inner portions of the north until it reaches to the sea of Miat. And for Madai came forth as his portion that he should possess from the west of his two brothers to the islands and to the coast of the islands. And for Javan came forth the fourth portion every island and the islands which are towards the border of Lud. And for Tubal there came forth the fifth portion in the midst of the tongue which approaches toward the border of the portion of Lud to the second tongue, to the region beyond the second tongue unto the third tongue. And for Meshech came forth the sixth portion, all the region beyond the third tongue, till it approaches the east of Gadir. And for Tyrus there came forth the seventh portion, four great islands in the midst of the sea, which reached to the portion of Ham, and the islands of Kamatari came out by lot for the sons of Arphaxadad as his inheritance. And thus the sons of Noah divided unto their sons in the presence of Noah their father, and he bound them all by an oath, imprecating a curse on everyone that sought to seize the portion which had not fallen to him by his lot. There we see that Japheth, Shem, and Ham all made an oath before Noah that they would stay in the areas that were given to them by the casting forth of lots. And remember what I said at the beginning, that Japheth, he got the worst portion. He got the third portion. The last lot fell to him. So let's use our common sense here for a moment. Us being humans, would you not feel away if you got the worst of a deal? And also, think about how Japheth had a different appearance than both of his other brothers. Both of his other brothers were melanated, brown skin, dark skin. His father, brown skin, dark skin. And there he is, the only one sitting up there pale skin. So he's pale skin. He does not look like any of his brothers or his father. And on top of him being pale skinned, he has been given the last worst portion of the earth, the worst land of all of them. Don't you think that would make some resentment start to fester in your heart as well? So here we see the beginnings of Japheth's envy toward his brothers. Here we see the beginning of the nature that we see so often manifested in white people, and how it began with their great-grandfather, that resentment, that envy that boiled in the heart of Japheth, and how it's passed on to his descendants. But let's keep reading here in Jubilees 9. It says, and they all said, so be it, for themselves and for their sons forever throughout their generations, till the day of judgment, on which the Most High shall judge them with a sword and with fire for all the unclean wickedness of their errors, wherewith they had filled the earth with transgression and uncleanness and fornication and sin. So, let's go to Jubilees chapter 7, verse 13 through 16, and I'm going to give you some examples about how that resentment and envy that was boiling deep in Japheth's heart and subconscious, how it began to manifest himself, and he began to take action on the envy that he had deep in his heart towards his brothers. Let's go to Jubilees chapter 7, verse 13. It says, and Ham knew that his father had cursed his younger son, and he was displeased that he had cursed his son, and he parted from his father, he and his sons with him, Cush and Mizraim and Put and Canaan. And he built for himself a city and called its name after the name of his wife, Ne'ela Ta'amuk. Listen to what happened next. Listen to what Japheth, the pale skin, the white boy, listen to what festered in his heart. It says, and Japheth saw it and became envious of his brother. And he too built for himself a city, and he called its name after the name of his wife, Adada Nesis. Would you look at that? So, Japheth, the white boy, became envious of Ham and the land that Ham got. So here you have a white man, Japheth, and his descendants being envious of Ham, the black man, and his descendants and his area. Do you see how this is starting to form? Now, if we want to take it back even deeper than this, we can go all the way back to Adam with this. For we know that Adam was formed from black mud, from the dust of the ground. And genetically, science lets us know you cannot get black from a white person. Two white parents cannot breed a black child, but you can get a white child from two black parents, like we saw in the case of Noah birthing Japheth. So what we see taking place here is just like with the enemy. Adam was the first man, and he was a man of color, a heavily melanated black man. Satan refused to give honor and reverence to Adam, so Satan refused to bow down to the black man. He refused to bow down to this creation that the Most High brought forth. And it was Satan's envy of Adam that caused him not to bow down. And it was Satan's envy of the Most High that caused him to rebel against the order of the Most High, where he wanted to be like the Most High. And we know he failed in that. So his response is to make war on Adam's descendants. So whenever Satan, I'm talking about the spirit in high places, whenever the spirit of Satan sees the melanated black man or woman, it reminds him of Adam, who he has a perpetual hatred against. And that same spirit got in Japheth because he began to envy Ham. And we know Ham is the father of the dark races as well as Shem. Now let's shoot back over. Let's go to Jasher chapter 7 verse 34 through 39 and let's read about this envy that white Japheth had toward black Ham and how he went to war against one of the chief men of the sons of Ham, who was Nimrod. Listen to what this says, Jasher 7 verse 34. And when Nimrod was 40 years old at that time, there was a war between his brethren and the children of Japheth, so that they were in the power of their enemies. So the sons of Japheth was warring against the sons of Ham. And why? What I just read to you in Jubilees, that Japheth was envious of the land that Ham and Shem had gotten because he got the worst end of the deal. So he was envious, so he rose up to go to war against the sons of Ham, who at that time the leader of the sons of Ham was Nimrod. I'm not bringing this out to say that Nimrod was a good guy. No, we know according to scripture he was wicked. He was the one that built Babylon and the tower. What I'm pointing out here is not so much focusing on Nimrod. I'm focusing on Japheth and his envy towards his brother Ham. That's what I'm focusing on. So Japheth was at war with the sons of Ham because he was envious of the land that the sons of Ham had. And he also became envious of Shem and the land that Shem had. Because like I said, he got the worst end of the deal. So let's see what happened here. Verse 35. And Nimrod went forth at that time, and he assembled all the sons of Cush and their families, about 460 men. And he hired also some of his friends and acquaintances, about 80 men. And he gave them their hire, and he went with them to battle. And when he was on the road, Nimrod strengthened the hearts of the people that went with him. And he said to them, do not fear, neither be alarmed, for all our enemies will be delivered into our hands, and you may do with them as you please. And all the men that went were about 500, and they fought against their enemies, and they destroyed them and subdued them. And Nimrod placed standing officers over them in their respective places. So the black sons of Ham have now conquered the white sons of Japheth. And listen to what they did with them. Verse 38. And he took some of their children as security, and they were all servants to Nimrod and to his brethren. And Nimrod and all the people that were with him turned homeward. Here we see that after black Nimrod and the black sons of Ham conquered the white sons of Japheth, they put them in servitude and made them slaves. Now it's a triple whammy for the sons of Japheth. Not only do they feel away because they're the only pale-skinned people on the earth, not only do they feel away because Japheth got the worst portion of the casting of lots and he got the worst land, now they done got they behind whooped by the black sons of Ham and Nimrod. And on top of that, they're slaves and servants. So the resentment and the envy that they already had boiling in their heart has only multiplied now. And don't you think at that time they couldn't wait until they rose up to be in a position to be the ones who enslaved the sons of Ham and the sons of Shem? Don't you think that resentment began to fester in their heart and got passed down from generation to generation to generation? And that envy still festers today, causing them to want to take what belongs to Shem and to take what belongs to Ham. This is Japheth's envy. This is the wicked ancestral spirits of white people. That's why they are not able to leave well enough alone. That's why they're always going forth to conquer, to rape, to pillage. It's the envy. It's the resentment. They still have that ancestral spirit of envy in their heart and in their blood, of feeling a type of way because they're pale skinned, of feeling a type of way because they got the worst portion whenever Noah cast lots for control of the earth. They still feel a way that they were conquered in the beginning and were the first to be made slaves and servants. They feel a way about that. So they want to go forth to enslave, conquer, rape, dominate, take, and disrupt peace everywhere on the earth for the resentment and the envy that is still in their heart, because they know they cannot reverse what has already been spoken. They know they can't reverse it, so they're going to do everything they can for war against it. That's why you see the ancestral wicked spirit of white people manifest itself how you've seen it, ripping babies out of the bellies of pregnant black women, taking and breaking up families, raping even male slaves and servants, cutting out people's eyes, lynching and burning people, and smiling in pictures, taking every single art form that we create, from jazz to hip-hop to even our own Hebrew heritage, where you have the sons of Japheth from the lineage of Ashkenaz who are claiming to be the true Jews. They take everything, they rape everything, they murder everything, because they have an ancestral spirit of envy and resentment within their blood from their great-great-grandfather Japheth. This is Japheth's envy, and this is the wicked ancestral spirits of white people. You need to be aware of this, and you need to know about this. Those of you who are white, the Euro-Gentile, who cling to the Most High and the Messiah and keep Torah, you have to understand that these things boil deep within your blood, and you have to have the Spirit of the Most High to overcome that, to become a new man, so that you are no longer under that curse of your bloodline that runs through Japheth. You have to overcome this to enter in. You have to press in hard to the kingdom. I'm not saying you can't make it. I'm just saying that many of your bloodline will fall back on their genetic disposition to be rapers, murderers, and those who justify and validate their own treachery. Even till today, you have white people that will try to blame us for what they did to us. You will have them say things like, we were strong and you were weak. History and power and domination goes to the strong. Yet when we are in strength and when we are in power, they try to tear us down from our position of strength and say that we are wrong and unjust whenever we rule over them. Do you see the treachery in that? Do you see the hypocritical wickedness? It's in their ancestral bloodline. You need to know about this, my black Hebrew brothers and sisters. You need to know about the wickedness of these people, because at this time we must still work with them. Well, I'm not going to say we must, because we can start our own businesses and things of that nature. But while we're here, we are living amongst them. Unless you are on some far-off island way out in the country with a Hebrew-only community, the rest of us are still in a position to bump elbows with them and be amongst them. So you have to know that you are amongst serpents. You are amongst the wicked. You are amongst wolves. You are amongst the people that have a wicked ancestral spirit, and they envy you. They resent you. It's in their blood. You better be ready to defend and guard against that in every area of your life, especially in these days. Now, I'm going to transition to Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 1 through 23, and we're going to speak about some prophecies of some of the tribes of the sons of Japheth, specifically Gog and Magog. And we're going to talk about how scripture prophesies some of the greatest wickedness and warfare to hit this earth will be carried out by the sons of Japheth, by the white people, by Gog, Magog. Listen, let's go to Ezekiel 38. It says, and the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, thus saith the Most High, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So the creator of the universe is telling the prophet to prophesy against the white people, to prophesy against the sons of Japheth. This is the Most High telling the prophet to do that. Read it for yourself in Ezekiel 38. This isn't Brother L making this up. Let's read. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it was brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. So here the scripture is saying that the white people are going to do what they've always done, make war. It says they are planning, the sons of Japheth, to make war that will be a war that will spread to all ends of the earth. Because it's in their blood to disturb those who are at peace, to oppress those who are minding their business. The ancestral spirit in the bloodline of the sons of Japheth and white people is that they just don't know how to leave well enough alone. They always have to war, they always have to take, they always have to murder, they always have to pillage, because the envy and resentment of their father Japheth is in their blood. It's the ancestral spirit within them. Listen. Thus saith the Most High, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. So the scripture is saying here that the white people, the sons of Japheth, are doing what they've always done, think evil thoughts, scheming, plotting, always being underhanded about things, just like they raped the Native Americans, got them drunk and sold Manhattan for some beer and some other little trinkets, plotting, deceiving. That's how they do. It's the ancestral spirit in their bloodline. It says, thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and have neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey. So here it's saying that the white people, the sons of Japheth, are plotting on those who dwell in safety. So this gives us a key of insight. Whenever dealing with white people, you always got to be armed, because they plot on you. If they see that you are unarmed, if they see that you are not in a situation to defend yourself, or that you have this mentality where you will allow them to brutalize you, rape you, dominate you, murder you, they'll do it. Because here it's saying in the scripture, they think evil thoughts in their mind to go to war against those that are safe and at peace. So when dealing with white people, you always better be guarded up, spiritually and physically. Never be unarmed or undefended around the sons of Japheth, because envy is in their heart, and if they can do you, they will do you. I warn you, my people, trust them not. Guard yourself against them in all areas. Hallelujah.
Have you ever wondered that despite being a marginalized race, the blacks have been contributing to the development in more than several ways? Their creative inventions have made their way to the global industries and have helped humanity in countless ways. You won't believe the impact these innovations have had on our lives. In a world where the media often overlooks the accomplishments of black inventors, it's time to shine a bright spotlight on their incredible intelligence, resilience, and artistic talent that have left an unforgettable mark on our world. Despite facing challenges like slavery, discrimination, and racism, black inventors have established their names with their ingenuity. Today, we are heading on an incredible journey through history, highlighting groundbreaking technological advancements, life-saving medical discoveries, inspiring artistic innovations, and important social contributions, all brought to us by Black brilliance. So let's get started with the top 80 inventions. Number 1, the folding chair. Think of a world without folding chairs. An African-American inventor named Nathaniel Alexander had us covered back in 1911. He patented a folding chair designed for schools, churches, and auditoriums, complete with a handy bookrest, perfect for choir rehearsals and church services. Number 2, automatic railroad car coupler. Andrew Jackson Beard, born a slave, revolutionized railroads with his automatic coupler, making trains safer and more efficient. His invention helped pave the way for modern rail transportation. Number 3, stainless steel scouring pad. Ever wondered who made your kitchen cleaning easier? Alfred Benjamin, an African-American inventor, patented the stainless steel scouring pad in 1962. It's a household essential we can't live without. Number 4, synchronous multiplex railway telegraph. Granville Taylor Woods, a genius inventor with over 50 patents, gave us the synchronous multiplex railway telegraph. It allowed communication between moving trains, changing the way we connect across long distances. Number 5, foil electric microphone. James Edward West and Gerhard Sessler introduced the foil electric microphone in 1962, a revolutionary device that made its way into telephones, hearing aids, and audio recording equipment, shaping our modern world. Number 6, self-lifting farm elevator. William Chester. Ruth improved the farm elevator, making it more efficient and convenient. His invention played a significant role in agriculture and the mushroom industry. Number 7, automatic lubricator for steam engines. Elijah McCoy's automatic lubricator for steam engines revolutionized the railroad industry. His invention increased speed, efficiency, and safety in rail travel. Number 8, amputee self-feeding device. Bessie Blount's electric self-feeding apparatus empowered amputees to regain control over their meals. Her innovation showed compassion and humanity. Number 9, control unit for the artificial cardiac pacemaker. Otis Boykin's control unit for the artificial cardiac pacemaker changed the way we manage heart health, saving countless lives. Number 10, X-ray spectrometer. George Edward Alcorn's X-ray spectrometer transformed scientific research, allowing us to uncover the composition and history of various materials. Number 11, stainless steel potato peeler. In 1883, African-American inventor F.F. Stubblefield patented the stainless steel potato peeler, making meal preparation quicker and more efficient for generations to come. Number 12, the mailbox. Philip B. Downing, an African-American inventor, patented the modern street mailbox in 1891. His design revolutionized mail delivery, making it more convenient for everyone.
Just a bunch of slaves.
Number 13, gas mask. Garrett Morgan's gas mask invention saved lives and protected first responders during emergencies. His innovative thinking led to improved safety for countless individuals. Number 14, super soaker water gun. Lonnie G. Johnson, an aerospace engineer, brought us the Super Soaker water gun in 1990. It's become a beloved toy for generations, making summer more fun and refreshing. Number 15, air conditioning unit. Frederick McKinley Jones, an African-American inventor, designed the first automatic refrigeration system for long-haul trucks in 1935. His invention laid the foundation for modern air conditioning systems, making our lives more comfortable. Number 16, folding bed. Sarah E. Good, an African-American businesswoman, patented the folding bed in 1885, offering a space-saving solution for homes and apartments, a true pioneer in interior design. Number 17, fire escape. Joseph Winters, an African-American inventor, patented a wagon-mounted fire escape ladder in 1878. His invention saved lives during fires and emergencies. Number 18, modern lock. In 1887, Henry A. Bowman patented an improved modern lock, enhancing security and making our homes safer. Number 19, traffic light. Before the familiar red, yellow, and green traffic lights we know today, Garrett Morgan, in 1923, crafted an early version of the traffic signal. His invention revolutionized road safety. Number 20, electric guitar. Charlie Christian, a pioneering jazz musician, played a significant role in the development of the electric guitar in the 1930s. His contributions changed the music industry forever. Number 21, the egg beater. Willie Johnson's invention, the egg beater, revolutionized cooking in 1884. It made mixing and beating eggs and other ingredients much more efficient in the kitchen. Number 22, the mailbox. Philip Downing wasn't finished after inventing the modern street mailbox. In 1891, he also created the portable mailbox, making mail delivery even more convenient. Number 23, home security system. Marie Van Britten Brown, along with her husband Albert Brown, developed the first home security system in 1966. Their invention laid the foundation for modern security systems, enhancing safety in our homes. Number 24, portable fire escape ladder. Michael Harney patented the portable fire escape ladder in 1884. His invention provided a quick and safe way to escape from fires and other emergencies. Number 25, the electric lamp. Lewis Howard Latimer, a talented inventor, improved the electric lamp by creating a more durable carbon filament in 1881. His contributions to lighting technology were groundbreaking. Number 26, refrigerated trucks. Frederick McKinley Jones continued to innovate by inventing a portable air cooling unit for trucks in 1940. This invention revolutionized the transportation of goods. Number 27, the lemon squeezer. J.P. Knight designed and improved lemon squeezer in 1894. His invention made it easier to extract fresh juice from lemons and other citrus fruits. Number 28, the gas burner. Alice H. Parker's gas heating furnace design in 1919 laid the groundwork for modern gas burners and central heating systems, keeping us warm and cozy. Number 29, the potato chips. George Crumb, a chef, accidentally invented potato chips in 1853. His culinary mishap turned into a beloved snack enjoyed by millions. Number 30, the home security system again. In 1969, Marie Van Britten Brown and her husband Albert Brown developed an updated version of their home security system. Their commitment to safety was unmatched. Number 31, the electric railway trolley. In 1888, Granville T. Woods patented the electric railway trolley, which transformed public transportation, making it more efficient and accessible. Number 32, the portable ironing board. Sarah Boone, an African-American inventor, invented the portable ironing board in 1892. Her invention made the chore of ironing clothes much easier. Number 33, the shoe-lasting machine. Jan Ernst Matzeliger, a skilled inventor, changed the shoe manufacturing industry in 1883 with the shoe-lasting machine. It increased shoe production efficiency dramatically. Number 34, the locking pliers, vice grip. In 1924, African-American inventor William Peterson patented the locking pliers, which we know today as vice grip. This tool has countless applications in various industries. Number 35, the ice cream scooper. Alfred L. Kral's 1897 invention of the ice cream scooper has made serving ice cream a breeze for generations. His design is still in use today. Number 36, the gas mask. Again, Garrett Morgan in 1914 developed an improved version of the gas mask. His dedication to safety saved countless lives during emergencies. Number 37, the telephone transmitter. James E. West and Gerhard Sessler invented the foil electric microphone in 1962, a technology still used in everyday items like telephones and audio recording devices. Number 38, the insect destroying gun. African-American inventor Lloyd P. Ray invented the insect destroying gun in 1890. His invention helped control harmful insects in agriculture. Number 39, the supercharged system for internal combustion engines. African-American inventor Patrick H. Ellis created the supercharged system for internal combustion engines in 1895, enhancing engine efficiency and power.
I'll tell you this in school,
Number
right?
40, the fire extinguisher. Thomas J. Martin's 1872 invention of the fire extinguisher improved fire safety, ultimately saving lives and property. Number 41, the traffic light, improved. Garrett Morgan's work didn't stop with the traffic signal. He crafted an improved version in 1923 with a caution signal, making roads safer. Number 42, the shoe stitching machine. Jan Ernst Matzeliger continued his innovation streak with the shoe stitching machine in 1883, transforming the shoe industry's production process.
The media is playing tricks again, using the Middle East to hide this from y'all. I woke up to a free $16,800 hitting.
Welcome to the part 5 of our series on the 100 black inventions that changed the world. This final chapter concludes the series on some of the most impressive inventions by black people throughout history. While there are thousands of amazing ideas and inventions that African Americans have introduced into the world, we can only cover so many. In this final chapter, we're going to wrap up the stories that show how smart and creative black inventors are. Even though not many people talk about them, their inventions are a big part of how our world works. So get ready to be amazed and learn about some hidden heroes who made our lives better with their awesome ideas. Before we get right into the video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel to keep informed of our eye-opening black narrative. Number 20, weather-resistant plastic coating for telephone wires. By finding a way to stabilize the polymers used to coat communications cable, African-American inventor Lincoln Hawkins and his Bell Labs colleagues Vincent Lanza and Field Winslow helped make universal telephone service possible. Prior to this work, underground and underwater cables, which were laid over incredibly long distances, were covered with fiber wrapped in heavy, expensive lead sheathing. Scientists believed that new, cheap, lightweight plastics like polyethylene would be a good alternative, but common plastics could undergo chemical reactions that made them brittle and unsuitable for long-term use outdoors.
Thus, protective additives were required to stabilize these plastic materials. In 1956, Hawkins, in collaboration with Vincent Lanza, invented a plastic coating that could withstand extreme fluctuations in temperature, last up to 70 years, and was less expensive than lead. Upon validation of this technology, telephone lines were installed in rural areas, bringing affordable phone service to thousands of people and reducing the use of lead. Number 19, sound synchronization machine. In those early days of silent moving pictures, images flickered on screen. Frederick McKinley Jones, an African-American inventor, entrepreneur, engineer, devised a process to lessen this. He also turned silent pictures into talking ones by pairing silent movie projectors to talking movie stock. When the industry switched to full sound, theater operators had to buy pricey new equipment to keep pace and make it all work. Otherwise, picture and sound would be out of sync. The Halleck Theater could not afford the upgrade, so Jones took it upon himself to build the necessary components for under $100. The sound quality as a result was better than that of the official equipment. Over the years, sound synchronization machines have undergone various improvements thanks to the inventions of many brilliant minds, including the likes of Jones. Number 18, close conduit electric railway system. William Purvis was an African-American inventor with a series of patents under his name. One of those patents was an improvement of the close conduit electric railway system. First installed in New Jersey, Purvis's close conduit electric railway system set an electromagnet under the center of the rail car. The closed conduit construction was made by insulating material and installing many soft iron cables on its surface. The cable was attracted upwardly against the top of the space in which it lay, making contact with a brass strip. According to Dr. John McFadyen, the superintendent of the installation, the new system was safer and cheaper than the old system, and he believed the new system would replace the old one in the near future. Purvis was able to earn some profit from this invention. With a number of investors, he formed the Union Electric Construction Company, dedicated to the development of urban railway systems using his patents, and for a time was the president of the concern. Number 17, personal computer. The IBM personal computer, model 5150, commonly known as the IBM PC, is the first microcomputer released in the IBM PC model line and the basis for the IBM PC compatible de facto standard. Released on August 12, 1981, it was created by a team of engineers and designers including Mark Dean, an African-American inventor, computer scientist, and engineer. The new IBM PC could not only process information faster than those earlier machines, but it could hook up to the home TV set, play games, process text, and harbor more words than a fat cookbook. The PC had a substantial influence on the personal computer market. The specifications of the IBM PC became one of the most popular computer design standards in the world. Number 16, iron alloy. In 1929, African-American inventor James Parsons Jr. earned the first of 8 patents he would obtain in the development and application of non-corrosive metals, and he then began to work on developing the steel formulation that would come to be known as Duramed 20. Classified as a high-alloy austenitic stainless steel containing nickel and chromium with lesser percentages of molybdenum, copper, silicon, manganese, carbon, and other elements, the composition of Duramed 20 is balanced to provide greater sulfuric acid resistance over conventional stainless steels. It also maintains equal or superior resistance to many other important corrosives. In 1935, Duriron had a reputation as the sole world manufacturer of specific kinds of non-corrosive metals. The company would produce the first commercial castings from Duramed 20, and it became the basis for a family of stainless steel alloys used throughout all industries that involve the handling of corrosives. Number 15, sonic transducer. A sonic transducer uses sound waves to determine an object's speed, distance, and other units of measurement. African-American inventor John King invented an early warning sonic transducer in 1972, which could detect potential problems with aircraft engines before takeoff. His invention made airplanes safer and reduced the possibility of accidents. Number 14, hypophiscope. Over the course of 3 decades in the early 20th century, Dr. William Harry Barnes greatly influenced the field of otolaryngology, a medical subspecialty focused on the ear, nose, throat, and related structures of the head and neck. He was not only a pioneer in the field of medical device design and development, but also credited with inventing the hypophiscope. Incorporating his expertise in medical device design and development, This innovative medical instrument was specifically designed to reach the pituitary gland on the brain's underside. This gland secretes hormones into the bloodstream, and Barnes's invention made it easier for doctors to access it. Although reaching the gland without any specialized medical device was possible, Barnes's instrument greatly facilitated the procedure. Number 13, Ederberry biopsy attachment. In 1955, Dr. Leonidas Berry invented the Ederberry biopsy attachment for the Eder-Palmer gastroscope, which was produced by the Eder Instrument Company in 1953. The Ederberry biopsy attachment made the gastroscope the first direct vision suction instrument used for taking tissue samples during gastroscopic examination. His invention made it easier for doctors to collect tissue from the inside of the stomach without surgery. 5 years after inventing his gastroscope, Dr. Berry discovered that it was the liver, and not the stomach, that became diseased because of too much alcohol. This changed the diagnosis and treatment of alcoholism forever. Number 12, far ultraviolet camera or spectrograph. George Carruthers invented the far ultraviolet camera in 1969. It was plated in gold and carried aboard the Apollo 16 mission, where it was placed on the moon's surface. The camera used ultraviolet light invisible to the naked eye to capture high-quality images of Earth. Carruthers' invention also helped scientists see how air pollution forms. This allowed them to develop new ways to control air pollution. The camera also found hydrogen in deep space, which led to new ideas.
Okay, wait a second, wait.
I'm gonna stop it right there. So, to all the other nationalities that think black people are less intelligent, black people, they're not too smart, they're not too bright. Everything you've been told have been shown. They just came from slaves. They criminality. They're criminals. They're good athletes, good musicians, but they don't tell you more about us. This is why I made this video, because I want people to know we're more than that. So anybody of non-black, tell your people, show them this video when it comes to talking about black people in America. And there's probably many black people in other places that got the same type of talent, but you don't want. But like Brother L said, you have to see the Japhet don't want to be brought forth because of envy. This is the reason why there's so much hatred towards black people. It's an ancient spirit, and that's what they don't want to tell you. So, yeah, and it's in our DNA. But they told you we were the less intelligent one, right? I beg otherwise. Look at that video, and I'll be doing another one that other inventors have made more effort. To the black people who saw this video, may this encourage your future generations to be inventors. Break the stereotype. You are the chosen people of the Most High. Believe that. It has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with favoritism or racism. It's a fact. And now it's been proven. DNA to inventions. And you see why they hate you. You see why they're jealous. You see why they're trying to scrub your history. It's a combination of people. They're trying to erase you from history in the Middle East, erase you in the middle in America and other places. Because just like Brother L said, it's the Japhet spirit is in them. And that's why they try to take your history out of the book, because they don't want your children. And they go so far is to try to distinguish the next generations that are coming through the wombs of the black women. That's what they try to stop. Satan's trying to stop you. That's who he's using them. That's it. Here's the truth. That's the whole truth. You were people all along, and you don't even know it. You thought you were lower class, and you don't even know it. Some of you don't even know it. I didn't even know it. But be prepared. The Most High is coming to set things in order. He's going to reveal more. I assure you this. You're coming out. There's nothing they can do. And they will destroy themselves with their own weapons. Take care. Be blessed. See you on the next video.